Okay, so I said I would do this video a while ago, and I haven't done it, so I'm gonna do it now. This is a video about buying horses for your custom and artist resin show string. I'm just gonna be talking a little bit about what you should look for. So basically, this video is for either people that are just new collectors for customs and artist resins, or maybe you're getting back into it and haven't been in it for a while, and of course the standards have changed. So, yeah. Alright, I just pulled out a couple of my best show models for examples. So, let's get started. Okay, so, horse is much easier to buy at live shows because you can actually see them, or at BreyerFest, but a lot of times you have to buy online. So, of course, you should look for horses that you like, because if you don't buy horses that you like, then it's no fun. So, here's this girl. She was done by Kathy McKenzie, and she's an older custom, actually. So don't be discouraged. I would not suggest buying super vintage customs. I'm talking anything older than like 2005. She's from 06, but I have a resin. No, she's from, I don't know. I have a resin by her, the same artist from 2005, and I have yet to show him because I just got him. But he is nice as well. He, I would say, is no different than what the standards are now for showing. So, you know, just be careful. I pulled out one from 2001, so I'm gonna compare these guys and just show you, just show you the difference between an older one and a newer one. That guy does not show well at all. Here's a super new one. So to compare those two, I mean, just look at the difference. The standards have changed a lot. And with vintage customs, a lot of times, you know, they had different paint back then. They're just outdated, and they tend not to show as well. And now some shows do have classes or divisions for vintage customs, but all in all, I would strongly discourage buying them unless you just want them to put on the shelf. So anyway, first you want to look at, obviously, condition. You know, small flaws can be fixed, but you don't. I bought her at a show, and she had a cracked tail, but I had her fixed, and I was able to see it in person. If a horse has any major flaws and you're buying it online, I would say not to go for it. But there's repair artists that can fix things like that, like rubs and even brakes. And also, if you do need to get a hold of a repair artist, please contact Jen Danza. Her Facebook page is The Art of Jen Danza. She is amazing at repairing anything, basically. Chinas, customs, OFs, artist resins. Anyway. And then you want to look at shading, the quality of the paint job, how well, you know, the dapples are done. Also, what the horse is painted in. Pastels, airbrushing, oils, they're usually what the top artists are using. And then they're using acrylics for details. So if a horse is hand-painted in all acrylics, unless the artist that did it is really good, you may want to really look at the pictures. Because they can be, unless they added shading to them and stuff, they can look pretty flat, in my opinion. Like, I hand-paint in pastels, but I layer, with acrylics, but I layer a bunch of pastels on top. But anyway, okay. So, and then you want to look, and the, repositioning. If you're buying a custom that's repositioned, you've got to look at, to make sure it's correct. So, I'm trying to think. I can't think of one. But, you have to make sure it's correct. So, you might want to research pictures of that pose or whatever. Like, I just recently bought a bowing drafter, and I really looked up pictures of that, of the bowing pose, before I bought him, just to make sure that it was okay. And then you also want to look at the white markings. Hers are pretty smooth. Oh, the camera's not focusing. Okay. Anyway, so you want to look at the white markings. I mean, if they have visible brush strokes and if they're not completely, if they still got like lines and streaks in them, that's obviously not going to place. And another thing, the eyes. My camera's not focusing. This is really bad. The eyes have a lot to do with it as well. And a lot of artists gloss the eyes and hooves. This girl, she doesn't have that. But, yeah. I'm going to show you this one now. And, make sure the pattern's realistic. I showed this girl as a pin and bean, but yeah. So make sure the pattern's realistic. So just do, if you're unsure of something, then do a lot of research. And if the pattern's not realistic, or, if it's not anatomically correct, if its conformation's really bad, then don't buy it. And again, don't buy, if customs, if you're only looking at it because it's, got so many Nan cookies and ribbons and stuff and Nan cards, then don't buy it just because of that. Because you buy what you like, basically. I mean, of course you buy what shows well. But, you also buy what you like. And, horses can surprise you a lot. Okay. I pulled out, traditional unstable mate to show you. I don't have any classic customs. So, yeah. This girl, again, you want to make sure, the white is smooth. You want to make sure the overall horse is smooth, no brush strokes. Right. There we go. This one is shown as a tiger horse. So, also, if you're showing customs, and, also make sure, mapping is pretty important. Like, if you don't know what mapping is, that's like the gray or whitish area around, paint markings, markings in general here. So, right there, that's mapping. And that's, some people customizers really don't know how to do that. So they may not put it on, or they may not do it correctly, and that can be a big thing. But also, the judge's opinion is going to vary. So if you buy something that you think is totally LSQ and is going to place, it may not at that show. But anyway, so she's shown as a tiger horse. So I have breed documentation for that. So if you're like with OFs and any other division, you have to make sure that if you have a rare breed or a rare color in a breed, that you have a documentation. And I'm going to do this in 2 parts. So look for part 2. Thanks, guys.